Hey guys, Andy McCann here with CrossFit Garage, where intensity is king and routine is your enemy. And I am going to go through the workouts for you and then give you a little bit extra. So today is Father's Day, and I am getting to this a little bit late. I apologize. Josh may be editing up some of the workouts even still. But this coming June 23rd, which I believe is Saturday. Yes, Saturday. We are Aisha and Gilbert Pena are doing a red cord assessment demo. So this is a pretty awesome thing where if you haven't seen what Coach Aisha is using and Gilbert Pena are doing, then you can kind of see it in this picture. He's got a setup in his office in the front of our building, and besides massage therapy, he also uses red cord to help you a lot with various things. In this case, Aisha was doing some core strengthening and a few other things, but it's a great opportunity for you guys to see what's going on. So this may be replacing Olympic lifting, which I would say that's totally fine because this is something that you should definitely come and see. You're going to learn a lot about stability, lifting, red cord, and more. Okay, so back to the workouts. I think I already went through them. I already lost my train of thought here. Like I said, I'm hitting this a bit late, and it's Father's Day, so expect some changes, but the meat of it's still here. So 4 rounds toes to bars, dumbbell snatches, handstand push-ups. Some things to consider. I already said this on toes to bar and how to hold the bar, but I'm going to pull that picture up again. I think it's worth seeing. So when you're trying to grip that bar and you're going to be rotating around in some gymnastics movements, you don't want to do this. Put it in the palm of your hand and then wrap around. So you'll notice, actually this is a better picture, you'll notice your calluses are going to stick out on the other side. Plus, this bit of your hand is not as bendy as this part. So you're going to wrap your fingers around the bar and then wrap your thumb up and around. So this is a little bit harder to grip, but your fingers are crazy strong. Just think about how much you can lift in a deadlift and how very little muscular your fingers don't show any muscles, right? It's all in your arms. So if you can get used to this, you will avoid ripping your hands completely. Let me see if I can find a better picture. Ooh, this is a good one. So bar across the palm, bad. You see how it pulls right here? Bar across the fingers, wraps in, all good, no problem. Now, this differs significantly from something like the hook grip. So hook grip is when you tuck your thumb into your fingers so that you're holding on with your 5 fingers rather than your thumb, 1 finger or 1 digit around the other. So if you can start doing this on your bar lifts, that would be great. The earlier you start hook gripping, the better it is for you. I don't hook grip. I haven't ever done it, and now the weight's kind of too heavy for me to really get into it. So I should go back and learn it, but at 44 and whatever. So I should do it, but I don't. Okay, so how I would do this workout, and again, got to consider kind of where you are and where you want to be and what you're trying to get out of the workout. So for me, I know my knee has been hurting a bit because I tore my meniscus doing a mountain bike race. And I'm looking for workouts that I can really go hard in that don't include things like running or box jumps or things like that, because I just can't do that at the moment. Or I can, it just hurts. So I figure, why hurt myself? So in this one, 10 toes to bar. I could probably do that once or maybe even twice, but I know after that I'll be breaking them up. So I'll probably break them up early. My favorite breakup is maybe Joni and Chachi. No, just kidding. That's not my favorite breakup. But my favorite breakup is like a 6-4 combo. So you get 6 done and you have 4 left because it just feels like you're doing less. Plus the second set, always a little bit harder. The dumbbell squats, depending on where you're on the weight, that's really not too bad. So 15 dumbbell squats at 50 pounds. And then handstand push-ups. So I kept my handstand push-ups, which makes them significantly easier than just strict pushing up. But I can't do 10 in a row for very long. So I'll probably break this up in a 4-3-3, and that'll keep me going. So that sort of breakup for me, my first round will be slower, and my second round would be slower than if I just went straight into it. But my third and fourth round will be a whole lot faster because I'm not going to sit around trying to wait for my hips here to get better or my arms to be able to do this handstand push-up. I got to consider in there too this dumbbell squat. How is that going to impact you? So those are the things that I look at, when I'm trying to figure out a workout. I want to increase my overall intensity, which may mean I lower some intensity in each individual movement or in each individual set, so that the whole thing can be faster and more intense. And that is the key of CrossFit. Once you gain proficiency, then go for intensity. Here's a great opportunity to practice your snatch and to create the feeling of heavy pull. So some guys, they'll actually put like 600 pounds on a back squat bar and then just pick it up, take a step back, hold it for a moment, and then walk it back in, just so they can feel what it's like to hold that weight. Because the more comfortable they get with that weight, the easier it's going to be when they finally get there or as they move up, right? Same thing here. You're building to a heavy set as possible: snatch pull, high hang, snatch, and overhead squats. Okay, so this might seem contradictory: build as heavy set as possible. Then down here it says focus on movement quality, not weight. But this is the same thing that you can look for years back. Google CrossFit quality or form over intensity, and the argument's been going on forever. So this is a great statement for CrossFit. We want to maintain good form and move the weight up to be heavy, but not go so heavy that you are, messing up your form completely. So this overhead squat, here's how an easy way to judge this. For most of us, the overhead squat is going to be the hardest part. If your hip crease is not going below your top of your knee, then it's too heavy, or at least you're not getting a great range of motion. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, well, here's CrossFit headquarters video right here, and you can see hip crease below his knees, and I could probably play his video, and it's got, I think they've got like it's got like porn music going on in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but very strange music. Copier, man. So check out how deep he's going. Of course, having no weight on the bar sort of messes up the whole upstairs portion, but that's good stuff right there. Yeah, you can see it from the side a whole lot better. Next workout is a little bit of a slugger. So in CrossFit, kind of their go-to, or the place that they like to reside a lot, is that 8 to 12 minute workout. So basically you're able to push a lot in that 8 to 12 minutes, but it doesn't get into that 30-40 minute aerobic side, so you're still able to make it anaerobic. A lot of times you're going to find if you try to go RX in a heavier or more difficult workout, you may slide outside of that. Maybe those are a practice day, right? So there are times for a workout where you're doing a 500 meter row and it's just going to take you less than 2 minutes, and that's the workout. But you're going to give everything you got and feel like doo-doo the rest of the day. There's also other workouts where we'll do a 10K, and that's going to take you, an hour, or Murph, right? So this is as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes. Row, ring rows, dips, RX Plus with ring dips. Obviously, if we're missing out, we have too many people on the rings, so we can't get enough people, then either rotate through. So you don't have to do a workout RX, meaning I did it in the exact straight order. Like I start a lot of times while people are rowing, so some of us will start on ring rows and ring dips, and then by the time they're done, we're on the rower or whatever, right? So it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you're moving for those 20 minutes. Also, for me, I would use this 1,000 meters is going to take probably 4 to 5 minutes. And this bit right here is not going to take nearly as long. The ring rows you can make significantly harder simply by changing your foot position. So if you're under the rings, it's moderate. If your feet are way in front, so you're hanging straight down, that's really hard. If your feet are all the way back so that the rings are still touching your chest, but you've stepped all the way back, that's as easy as they go, right? So you can moderate the difficulty there. But just remember, this 1,000 meter row is going to take a while, so don't think, hey, I'm going to rest here and not do too much, because you might spend most of your workout just right there. Okay, partner workouts are some of my favorite workouts, because what happens is, one, you get to know yourself, and two, people typically go a little harder for their buddy. So in this workout, what really makes for a good partner workout isn't equal work, but rather pushing yourself to that place where you want to rest just before that, and then passing it off. So let's say I'm doing this with who's going to move really fast. Let's say Brandon, and I know that 80 kettlebells and these V-ups aren't going to be that. Actually, you know what? The 40 ground overhead. This would be great. I know that 40 ground overhead at 135 is not really anything tough for him. Double unders are super cake for me. The V-ups probably we could both hit, and the kettlebell is relatively light for the amount that he can lift. So what I might say is, look, start off with some double unders, get like 20 of them in, and then I'll finish them. And then you can start on the kettlebell and do maybe, I don't know, let's say maybe 20 and I'll do 10. And then when we get to the V-ups, maybe I'll do 15 and he does 5, saving him a little bit so we can hit the ground overhead, in which case we'll probably break it up like, hey, I guess we have to do 5 before switching. So maybe you do 10 and I do 5, and that way we can keep moving. I just know that he is a stronger guy. So in order for us to really pound out the workout, then I'm going to not hold him back, and I'm not going to, put my ego on the line. I'm going to work with him and in the boundaries we've got. So actually, I've done a workout with Sharon, and we swapped back and forth quite well. And she was doing more reps. I'm like, I don't care. This is great because she's doing more, but we're still both able to move. All right, I'm actually running out of time. So you can see this workout right here. Back squat in a workout, just be very careful. Understand how to dump the bar safely so that you don't dump or get stuck in the hole. And lastly, I meant to throw this in there earlier. So Meredith has got a podcast called The Same 24 Hours. It's a pretty cool podcast. Take a listen.